What up, ladies and gents? Welcome to another Asian Robot video. This time, all right, I'm going to be covering my personal custom build for the strikers. Now, weirdly enough, right, I've made all sorts of different strikers build, but I never ever. Now, okay, I'm going to apologize in advance when I talk about this one, is because actually I was convinced that I'd made this build before. Turns out I hadn't. This is not just a custom build, but also one of the general builds. I'll show you my personal way of playing it, all right? And I'll show you how to modify it for more general combat if you wish to, okay? It's genuinely up to you, all right? But I'm going to show you my personal custom version. Okay, you're going to start off with the Tectonic Faults, which comes from Torgadoro, Endurance Cell, Parasitic Cell, Special is Titan's Crash, Echo Brace Driver right here, all right? And Charred Hands, okay? Charred Hands here. Oh, sorry, not Echo Brace Driver. My fucking bad. It's actually supposed to be Inertial Fist Guard for the Surge to deal 25% extra damage. I find this to be much more useful because the increased movement speed as well as the surge damage really helps out a lot with my particular playstyle. Okay, Tempest will be your Omni Cell of choice. You will have Skarn's Defiance with an Etheric Attunement Cell. You will have Sight of Stone with a Toughness Cell, Scravewing Jacket Adrenaline Cell, Boreal Might with a Berserker Cell, and Volcanic Treads with a Berserker Cell. Okay, now this is one of the rare few builds that has 3 defensive cells. As you know, my policy is often to use only 2, but the reason why I structured this custom build this way is because I'm dog shit at playing the strikers. So I needed more sustain in the build, and I find that with Tempest, but also having Parasitic and Toughness, I could jam Tenacious, Berserk, all the good stuff in there and not even worry about Parasitic. All right, and I'll show you how this build is played because basically using up stamina charges up your UE, which lets you do massive damage. Combine this with Titan's Crash, you will literally smoke behemoths, all right? But I'm going to show you the general version for everyone to use. The general version actually took away Adrenaline, right? The general version works like this. Predator here, okay? Etheric Attunement. Why? Because, and again, I don't know why I never published the video, but the general version, you were able to run Catalyst something like this, and for your weapon here, you take out Endurance, you'd put in another Parasitic Cell here, right? Where is it? Sorry, you'd put in another Predator Cell here, and then here, you would have either Overpower in place of the Parasitic, or you could use Rage Hunter, or even pump your Aether Hunter up to 6. This was the general version. Now, the general version worked just as well with Etheric Attunement. But again, I don't know why I never published it because it was actually tested beforehand. I think I must have forgotten or had other videos to do. So this was the original general version of it using Predator, Berserker, Tenacious. But like I said, I am so dog shit with the strikers that I very much prefer to just use Adrenaline and, you know, pretend that I'm actually decent with them. Okay, so that's basically how this works. All right, I'm going back to my own custom version. But I've also demonstrated the general version for everybody. All right. So now we're going to demonstrate my personal version in combat. We'll go to the Razorcliff Isle. As always, even though they are custom builds, they are not necessarily better than the builds that are already out there. They are usually tailored for my own playstyle, which means that they come with the pros and cons of what I personally do and don't do as a Slayer. And me personally, as I mentioned, I'm dog shit with strikers. So like I said, I jammed this one full of survival, so that I could continue to play like a jackass and still, you know, do decently well. Okay, so in this combat showcase, I'll demonstrate how this particular style works. You don't have a self-revive, so death, not really a smart choice. However, I will very clearly state that you do... Oh shit, where's my background ambiance? I knew something was missing, sorry. You guys must have been listening to all that in silence. Now you can listen to ambiance again. There we go. All right. So with this particular build, right, we'll go for the, well, fine, the Reservoir is right here. We'll just go beat this up first. Oh, look, patrol chest. Let's grab that. Okay. So with this build, it comes with all the good stuff about, you know, Tempest, which is the increased attack speed, which I find very, very helpful because, honest to God, I really, really hate running strikers without the increased attack speed. It just feels so bad. But due to Titan's Crash, you also have additional stagger damage. Now, Advent Bolt is something that I do use often, but only when I'm playing the easier builds because those were never designed with those were never initially designed with Titan's Crash in mind, since it does take a little bit of effort to actually earn your Titan's Crash. But once you earn it, you feel pretty good about yourself. Alright, but because it only takes 75 stamina consumed to charge up your UE here, it's actually really easy to earn the UE for the Charog Strikers, and therefore use that in combat constantly. So every time I'm dodging attacks, or even if I'm not dodging attacks, I just don't give a fuck. Every time I'm moving around, you know, I'm charging up my UE, and you get to use it so often that it helps you dish out quite a bit of damage. Maybe not specifically against the Rezkiri, but against a lot of other behemoths, oh yeah, it's good. It's glorious. Just remember to keep your Tempest form and your Karma Breaker primed. Alright, take a hit or two, it's okay. Just make sure to keep using your lantern whenever you can. Alright. Your parasitic is your only real source of sustain, so please be wise with it. Alright, if you run out of parasitic, that's okay. Just make sure you charge up your lantern so that you can at least have some shielding to tide you over. This is basically how I play this particular style. And of course, Tempest itself will help you. Oh look, it's dead. Alright, if you need to, you can suck down on some of these vents. Like I said, I'm not very good with the strikers, but honestly, in the hands of anyone that actually knows the strikers well, you should be able to do a lot better than I'm doing with this. I'll now beat up a creature that's tougher, which is the Koshai, but it's more on the ground, so it actually should be easier than the Rezkiri. If you find that Titan's Crash doesn't suit you, go for Adamant Bolt if you want to. I personally stick with Titan's Crash most of the time, though, because it just works better for me. In general, no matter what it is that I'm doing, that tends to work a lot better. So same principle here. I will usually try and get my first 2 buffs up before I start surging all over the place. The surge is in general something that helps you maintain your combo. Alright, so use it freely. I use it freely to really maintain my combos in between the... or just to get up close and personal before I, you know, lay the smack down on something. There you go. Boom. Well, as I mentioned, the biggest thing about this that a lot of people sort of recognize, I guess, is the fact that it really is just really easy to run. Now, even if you take a lot of hits, your efficiency is not reduced by that much, so honest to God, it's still pretty good. Like, although it would be better if you didn't take so many hits, you know, considering that it lowers the efficiency of Tenacious, overall the build still functions really well, and that's what I like about it. The non-reliance on Predator is like what makes this build awesome for me. That, and once you knock something down, it's pretty much guaranteed to be dead, so. There you go, plain and simple. It's nothing too difficult or dangerous, but yeah, that's about it. That's literally all it takes to run this. Okay? If you're better with the strikers than I am, you'll probably do significantly better, but yeah, this is my custom build for the strikers. Again, I utilize it solely for, well, survival, and still dishing out decent damage, even against the high-level behemoths. Yeah. Alright, that's about it for my video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support my content while I'm gone, alright, you can join as a channel member, send super thanks, send a tip via the link in the description of the video, or follow me on Twitch. My return to Twitch might be happening, alright? I'll see you guys on the next one. Be sure to stay healthy while I'm gone, okay? Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And certainly don't do anything I would do. Catch you later.